Kings will see you, and they will rise up. Princes will see you, and they will bow down. Kings will see you and rise up. Princes will see you and bow down. Oh God, I see your Christ. There is fire in his eyes, rage, judgment. Before me, every knee will bow. By me, every tongue will swear. They will say of me, in the Lord alone are righteousness and strength. All who have raged against him will come to him and be put to shame. Oh God, may your fierce anger be far from me. Your word to me is too great, your promise overwhelming. Anna. Of course. No one prays like Anna. No one fasts like Anna. No one has the ear of heaven like Anna. Anna, my sister, may I speak with you. I seek your counsel. The Lord is speaking to my heart, Simeon. Find me later, please. Yes, Anna. Well, that won't be hard. Finding Anna, I mean, everyone knows where she'll be. Right here, praying. I was just a boy when her husband died. People said that her grief drove her to spend endless hours at the temple. But I say, somewhere in those hours of grief, somewhere in those hours of prayer, God himself became her husband. She has great stature before him, and no one understands better what happened to me than Anna. Simeon, favored of God, I'm ready to listen. What troubles you? Thank you, Anna. You are a treasure. Please, sit down. I can't wait to tell you. I can tell no one else. Everyone else would think me mad. It's exciting and terrifying. Are you hungry? Can I get you something to eat? Bread? Pomegranate? Oh, fasting. Yeah. Water? Sure. Now, what is it that you must tell me? My meditations have been taking me into journeys into the scriptures. Last night, I was contemplating Isaiah, where he says, I am bringing my righteousness near. It is not far away. My salvation will not be delayed. I will grant salvation to Zion, my splendor to Israel. This is what the Lord says, the Redeemer and the Holy One of Israel. To him who was despised and abhorred by the nation, to the Prince of Rulers, kings will see you and rise up. Princes will see you and bow down because of the Lord who is faithful, the Holy One of Israel who has chosen you. That is when he spoke to me. What did he say? He said that I would not die until I had seen his Christ. Wow. Anna, it's what I've always prayed for. Wow. It's what we've always hoped for. Yes. I knew it. Really? Yes. God's promises are like food, Simeon. The scriptures give us many promises, and those who are wise live in the power of the life they provide. But they are life and power only when you believe them. How will I know him when I see him? How can I be sure? You mean, How will you distinguish the real Christ from every Thomas, John, and Jonah that walk into the temple quoting passages from Isaiah? Yeah, good question. But I don't think you'll miss it when it happens. It will likely surprise you, but it won't pass you by. Those who claim to be Christ always choose the shortest path to glory. The real Christ will choose the longest. Those who claim to be Christ use their power for gain. The real Christ will give up his power in order to embrace pain. The Christ of God will find himself at the places where the world is hurting and absorb the pain without passing it back. The real Christ will be focused like flint on doing the will of God. God's passions will be his passions. When I close my eyes, when I consider what he will look like, when I see myself meeting him, I tremble. The Spirit of the sovereign Lord is on me because the Lord has anointed me. That's right, Simeon. The Lord has anointed me to preach good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives, release from darkness to the prisoner, and to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. To proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. And the day of vengeance of our God. To comfort all who mourn. To provide for those who grieve in Zion. To bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. God's heart toward you is gentle, Simeon. There is love in his eyes. There is fire in his eyes for certain, but they burn with love, blaze with compassion. When I contemplate Messiah, I feel the echo of the prophets resounding in my heart, saying, "Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem. Proclaim to her that her hard service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for, that she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins." When you meet him, you'll recognize him by the passions he carries. You know those passions now. Love, forgiveness, mercy, truth, righteousness. These are the fuel for the fires of God's passions. These are the fires that burn in his eyes. You'll know him by the fire in his eyes. By the fire in his eyes? The fire in his eyes? What will he say? What will he do? God has spoken to you, Simeon. He has given you a great and precious promise. If there's anything else you need to know, I think he'll tell you. Yes. Do you believe he spoke to me? Yes, I believe he did. Do you believe? You who bring good tidings to Zion, go up on a high mountain. You who bring good tidings to Jerusalem, lift up your voice with a shout. Lift it up! Do not be afraid. Say to the towns of Judah, "Here is your God." Does that mean yes?